Hi folks, this is Gabe at Security Brand, and we all know that losing a wallet can ruin a day, but having a Bluetooth tracker can save a day. So today we're going to review the Chipolo card. In today's review of the Chipolo card, I'm going to look at some pros and cons, its design, its feature set, the setup process before finally diving into its mobile application, the Chipolo app, to make sure you have the information you need to make the right decision. If you'd like to see a list of our favorite Bluetooth trackers, Google Security Brand Best Bluetooth Trackers. If you have a question about today's review, leave us a comment and I'll get back to you. Let's kick off today's review of the Chipolo card, checking out some pros and cons, beginning with the pros. Now, it has a range of about 200 feet, it's water resistant, and it integrates with Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa. Now, on the con side, it comes in at about $35, which is on the higher end for Bluetooth trackers, and it does not have a replacement battery option. So you're gonna have to replace the entire thing in about a year. So you've paid $35 and you're gonna have to replace it. Moving on to the design, the Chipolo card is actually quite thin. You note it's only 2.15 millimeters thick and only weighs about 1.28 ounces. In fact, if you look at its dimensions against my wallet full of Metro cards and credit cards, you'll see that it's significantly smaller. Now, otherwise, it is a rigid but somehow soft plastic feel with this Chipolo logo, a button, and it comes with a 95 decibel siren. Now, along with that, it's weather resistant. So if you're caught in the rain or hit with a few splashes, it should be fine. I do want to note that it is thin, and what you've seen with a few of the thin Bluetooth trackers is that they do not have replacement batteries. So yes, because of that, you're going to have to completely replace this tracker in about a year. But otherwise, that's the design for the Chipolo card. Whoa, hold on. I really hope you're enjoying our review of the Chipolo card. If you want to be kept up to date on the newest in Bluetooth trackers, smart bulbs, and smart home security, subscribe to our channel. We're dropping new content weekly. All right, let's get back to the video. Now let's check out the feature set for the Chipolo card. Now, you want to be able to find wherever your Chipolo card is, and you will be able to do so because it has a 200-foot range with your mobile device. So think about it as you and your iPhone or you and your Android phone are the center of a 200-foot bubble with which you can find your Chipolo card. Now, if it's outside of that, what you want to do is just mark it lost and use the community network. And this means anyone with the Chipolo app will help, unbeknownst to them, you find your Chipolo card. So you turn it on, someone will walk past it and you'll be like, hey, that's where my device is. And you can go pick it up, which is really useful. Now, what if you've lost something inside of your home? Well, then you can just use voice control with your Google Assistant or Amazon Alexa. You could say, hey Google, I've lost my wallet, and it'll help you to find it. Turn on that siren. You're gonna walk around your little apartment until you find it, and I promise you that your smart platform will be way more enthused about helping you find your lost wallet than your roommate will be. And the final element, which is pretty fun, is being able to use this button as a shutter. So if you want to take a picture but you don't have a fancy selfie stick, you can just place your iPhone or Android in a certain location, change it to a situation where the Chipolo app is functioning as your camera, and hit that shutter button and say cheese. So overall, a pretty impressive feature set from the Chipolo card. Let's talk about the setup for the Chipolo card. Now, it's pretty straightforward. You're gonna have the Chipolo out, have the mobile application downloaded with an account set up, and then you're just going to go to add new device. You'll place the Chipolo card beside your mobile device. The two will sync and you're ready to go. You can name the Chipolo card whatever you'd like, but overall, it's a super easy process and probably won't take you more than 2 minutes. Let's dive into the final element of our Chipolo card review, the mobile application, the Chipolo app. It is your mobile command center where you're going to be doing most of the interfacing with your Chipolo card. Now, people seem to like the app. It has a 4 out of 5 star rating in the Google Play Store and a 4.4 out of 5 star rating in the Apple App Store. So let's go ahead and check it out on my iPhone 10. So here I am checking out the Chipolo mobile application. Now you'll note right from the beginning, I have two devices set up even though I've only got one card right now. It's the wallet and my actual phone, which is kind of silly named iPhoto. Now in the top left, you've got settings, but there's honestly not a lot of functionality there. And in the top right, you have the plus to add more devices. So you can add a classic Chipolo, the plus, or just another card. Now, we're in the list form. Let's go ahead and see what we can do with the wallet, which is what I named my Chipolo card because that's where I place it. Now here I can just do ring to find. That's the basic premise of using a Bluetooth tracker. So I hit ring to find. And that's how you know where your device is with that 95 decibel siren. Now, there's more to the wallet than that. If I go up into the right-hand corner, you see those three dots, and it has share wallet, take selfie, or customize wallet. So let's go ahead and take a selfie. It's a pretty impressive element. I can just double click with the button on the Chipolo card, and it'll take a picture. Voila, there we are. That's how we've got it. And save that to photos. So now going back out, you'll note that there's actually dual functionality of the Chipolo card and your phone. It's really a reciprocal functionality. So if I've lost my phone, I can actually double click on the Chipolo card and it'll ring my iPhone, like so. You see there, it says Chipolo ring. Here I am waiting to be found. So stop ringing. So you note that that is a pretty cool dual functionality that you can get from the Chipolo card. Now, another thing one can do is if your Chipolo card really does get far away from your current location, you have the ability to mark it as lost. So once I get beyond the 200 feet, the option to say mark as lost comes up. I can hit mark as lost. And when I find it again, I can just hit stop searching. But that mark as lost will then make sure that other people with Chipolo are helping you to find your particular device. Now in the bottom right, you'll see that it has the option for map. If I hit map, I can actually see where I am, where my device is, which is pretty useful. So right there in the map, it'll give you the location of everything you need related to your phone and your Chipolo products. So overall, you know, there's a lot of flexibility with the Chipolo card and what you can do in the Chipolo app. We've covered a lot today regarding the Chipolo card, but you want to know, is it the right Bluetooth tracker for me? And I'll say this, if you want a card that has a lot of nifty features like smart platform integrations, weather resistance, and just has a nice, slim, aesthetically pleasing profile, then you may want to take a look at the Chipolo card. However, if you want a card that will allow you to replace its battery, you're going to want to look somewhere else because you're essentially paying $35 for something that's going to die within about a year. There is no replacement battery option for the Chipolo card, so you have to accept that eventuality. However, if that's okay and you don't want to replace your battery, the Chipolo card is a solid option for a Bluetooth tracker. So that concludes our review of the Chipolo card. If you appreciated today's video, give us a like and hit that subscribe button. As always, this is Gabe with Security Baron. Be secure.